Hey and hey and hey and hey, hey, welcome back in. Dino and I are coming back at you for part two of this on Tony Talks Trash about the great, incomparable Lou Reed, equal parts musical genius, equal parts attitude, I mean, he really, to me, had a huge impact, I think, on at least the people that I know. It was the second one of the terrible three. You got anything to say about Lou's solo career in particular? It's kind of has a trajectory, does it not?
It does. It has a trajectory, and once again, you can with Lou, with me, in a way with Bowie too. I would get to an album, and a lot of times I'd find four or five tracks that I just loved,
Sure.
and then the rest I wouldn't listen to as much, you know. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but there'd always be those stellar tracks that you would just be like, "Wow." Those are really good. And you listen to those. I mean, you listen to the whole album a lot, but and some of Lou. I mean, I have to admit, some of Lou's discography is a little spotty. When you look at it,
It
and
is.
there's some that you may like, some that I may say, oh, I think that's much better than that.
Yeah,
But
man.
it's just opinion, and it's how much you listen to it. For me, it's always how much I went back and listened to it. I found one album, especially going back through, that I hadn't listened to since the '90s, that I really was like, wow, I really, really like this album. You
I
know,
got you. I think I know what you
so
mean, but let's get. You want to get started, man? We're gonna not talk about Lou. Unfortunately, he's not no longer with us, but it's certainly remember the stuff that he did. It's hard to believe he's been gone as long as he has. These guys have been, but
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's been a while, and
give me three at a time. Give me
you want to do
your
three, so we'll go 22
22,
uh, through
21,
20.
20, 22, 21, and 20. Yes, sir.
Oh man, oh God, I tried to listen to it all the way through, and I did, and I even listened to an extra that came on title. I was listening to that, another whole disc, and I thought, well, maybe there's something on there that. But number 22 is the Raven. Is Raven, you know, 22 is Raven. And I did that one track where he's just screaming Edgar Allan Poe, Edgar, and like just, I mean, I like the guitar and everything, but I'm like, where's this one going? Where's this going? Great. He had some great guys narrating too for him. It sounded like Willem Dafoe, Steve Buscemi, I believe, were one
Yeah,
of the.
I'm not a fan either. You're going to see it pop up in mine very soon.
Yeah, you're probably pretty low. So I got 22, The Raven.
You got it pretty.
21 is, I know it's a classic. A lot of people love it. I've listened to it many times. It's Metal Machine Music at 21. I mean, yeah, at 21, Metal Machine Music. And then at 20,
Hold on a second, man. I gotta look with this. Let's see here. What is he? Rock orientation, melodically disguised, i.e., drag, avoidance of any type of atonality.
yeah.
Now here at the end, no instruments, strict stereo separation, no panning, no phasing. At
Yeah.
the end, I am forced to say that due to stimulation of various centers, remember, the possible negative contraindications must be pointed out. A record has to, of all things anyway, hypertense people, possibility of epilepsy, psychic motor disorders, etc., etc. My week beats your year. That's my favorite statement ever. He's like,
Yeah.
do more in a week than you're gonna live in your entire fucking
It's
life.
true, but it's one of those, I just can't, I don't
Dude.
spin it that often.
Right, it was returned in droves. Pardon my language. It was returned in droves. I mean, this is a horrible. This they were so pissed. This was on Red Seal, RCA Red Seal. Insane.
Yeah. I mean, I love it, but I don't listen to it. That's what it is. I like
That's
it, but I don't
that's
listen to it.
120.
Uh,
What's number is that?
that was 21. Number 20 is Lulu with Metallica. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I've given it a lot of spins too. Some people really like it, and I can't get past it in the discography of Lou Reed. I just, you know, it. I just I don't know. Not one.
Listen at the hype sticker on the vinyl I got. One of the season's hottest albums. The wildest thing about Lulu would be how natural Reed and Metallica sound together. Man, dude, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It sounds to me like two things going on at the same time, separate,
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's Metallica and Lou playing together,
but
but
not
separately.
Ornette Coleman to each
But
other.
separately, yeah,
The other room, like Ornette Coleman and the free jazz stuff. Like, yeah,
yeah.
I agree. Well, that if that's it. Let's go. Okay, if that's your number 20,
That's
then
the bottom. That's the bottom three.
okay, man. Hey, we're going to start off right now, Joe. Here's one you got to put up, man. Hudson Valley Meditations. That is his record
Uh,
from 2007 with his Tai Chi stuff. It's very drony. It sounds to me like less angry metal machine music type of thing. It's not even. It's not what you think. Like I would have these stuff that we put the kids to bed with and these sort of things.
right.
Familiar with different kinds of this. It is certainly unique and a different thing, but I didn't find it really pleasing at all. I didn't find it to be very good. I was really surprised, and it is available on vinyl, so I'm guessing going to eventually get it. But it's certainly not on my priority list. You know, I've heard it
I
online.
get you. Yeah.
I don't hate it, but I would not. And I've done Tai Chi too, but I'm not gonna.
Right.
Sound to me like Tai Chi music because we had our own. We did anyway. We were Chen Man Ching style. So
So that's where it is. Okay. All right. Hudson Win.
yeah, that was up in the Hudson when we were doing the shit too. It was weird. We actually did not in the Hudson, but we were doing up in upstate New York. That's where we went
Yeah,
up to all those things. I guess he joined that society later.
he did. I think he did.
I missed him by 5 years or so. Yeah, Jerry died. I stopped doing it.
Well, things changed when he married Laurie Anderson. Also.
That's true. My number 21, and I'm going to put this at
Ooh.
1 star. I'm seconding my man Dino here. There you go. 21, baby.
There it is.
Hello, the broken doll. I'm just, I'm sorry. I'd like it to work, and I know David Bowie said, "Well, one day we'll all catch up to it." Maybe I something.
Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right.
I don't know, man. I gave it a try enough to break through. I think
He's been
I
right about a lot of stuff. So let's see.
yeah, yeah. We've come on to Trout Mask Replica and other things too. Okay, man. Number 20, you got it, man. The same one, Metal
Metal
Machine.
Machine
One.
music.
I remember John Harmon. The big thing with John Harmon was no. Let me set the level, and you listen to it. $20, and he wanted to do it, but we some reason it never happened.
Never happened.
I was going to stay in his room and watch him. It'd be boring as hell to stay in there for an hour and watch him listen to it, but he did.
I
He said I
it,
could do it. I'm like, dude. I mean, you don't want. There's no need to. It's all the same, pretty much the same. There may be some micro stuff going on, but which I don't believe. But anyway, that's it, man. That's my
uh
22 through 20, and now it's time for you to give me 19 to 17, my friend.
man, and I put this thing I think after I thought about it, I put this one way too low. Um at 19, Rock and Roll Hard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know.
Roll hard, looking for a good time. I love it, man.
Rock and Roll Hard at 19. Back to one of your picks, Hudson Wind at 18. So
Yeah,
Rock and Roll Hard and at
we'll
17.
find an interesting record. We'll talk about that later.
At 17, songs
Sure.
for Drella. Yeah, songs for
Okay.
Drella.
In what?
17 was songs for Drella.
Okay. Put the Hudson Wind up there, Joe. You can take this down now for this. Okay.
There we go.
It has a songs written on this. I had a really good advanced copy of this,
Did
uh,
you when it came
form-
out?
a separate one than the one they released, and I can't find it now. It was like a promo thing that was sent out, but it was on VHS. It's probably all dried out if I have it anyway. But so that's your number 17.
That's
Okay.
my 17 is Drella.
All
Yeah.
right. I'm going to go to my number 19, and my number 19 is going to be one you hit on already, man. The Yucky Yucky Baltimore masterpiece. Yeah, right.
Oh, you got a lot higher than I do.
Violence of I don't like the violence of it, the slit the throat shit. I'm tired of it. It's to me, I'm not.
Yeah.
intimidated by that shit. It's kind of stupid. If I want to get scared, I'll listen to Scott Walker. I'm not going to listen to
Right.
some death thing from wherever it is, Norway or somebody that's got devil worship and shit. Now I want to listen to something to really scare me, like Scott.
Yeah, I don't.
Legitimate audio tear there.
I never really understood it.
Guilty's
You know.
a pit in the pendulum. Yeah, not for me. 3 records on this man. Wow. I just think they indulged him too much. And it sounds to me like, from it, I think he kind of lost focus. Let's go
Right.
to when we were talking about the tour that I saw. Make sure
Oh yeah.
or with No Money Down. That was the other one. I love the song
Yeah.
Outside. The mindless. I used to play the song. Outside World's a mindless child outside. And I remember Blake as a kid, used to always say, well, I don't like that. What does he mean by that? I'm not mindless. He used to think, child. But anyway, Tell It to Your Heart. Mama's Got the second side, I think, blows Donkey D's. Video
Yeah.
violence, stupid. Spit It Out is stupid. The original rapper is dumb. That's the way. Mama's Got a Lover is dumb. I
So
remember.
you saw the original rapper off Mistrial. Yeah.
Yeah, Tell It to Your Heart is okay, but the
Yeah.
first, okay, without video violence, yeah, it's really just too much pandering and kind of really disappointing for 1986 record. I
Right.
remember it came out. I sold some of them, but yeah, it wasn't great, man.
So
And that is my number 18. And now I'm going to give you what, number 17, right? Number
17.
17 is another follow up disappointment, and this
Oh,
is to Sylvia himself and the great band of Quine, Sanders, and Mayer Wasted.
yeah.
And really, really, he put
That
put the kibosh, from what I understand, on Quine and mixed him kind of out of this whole thing. Betrayed is a great song. Pow Wow is great. That's the one. Remember the one that live at the bottom line? I think is this one.
right.
Talk to Me About Work. Martial Law is great. The Last Shot's great.
Yeah, I
Uh,
love martial law. Yeah.
yeah, Rooftop Garden's a good end song. Home of the Brave is overdone, but I mean, it just to me that's really a letdown compared to what came before this one.
Yeah.
And this one was from '83, and I guess what would have come before that? You would have had the Blue Mask, right? Would have come right before that, man.
Yeah.
Blue Mask or New Sensations. I think New Sensations was next. I think New Sensations came out. So he had together, but
It
anyway,
did. Let's see.
17. I love Lou, man. Let's go ahead. You give me 16, 16, 15, and 14, my friend.
Okay, 16. Uh, well, 16 was Magic. Magic and Loss.
Number 16, Magic and Laws.
Magic and Loss. Yep.
Sword of Damocles. We'll talk about this one later, man.
Yes.
Go ahead.
16 Magic and Loss. So I need 15.
You are going, no, that was your what?
That
16.
was 16 was Magic and
15, yeah,
Loss.
15 and 14, man. 15, 14.
15 was Mistrial. Not
Mm-hmm.
far from you.
There it is, buddy.
Yeah.
We talked about that one already.
Yeah, it might have been a
You
little
probably
higher.
like it a little more than I do. You're probably a little more forgiving if you saw the live.
Yeah, but I bought it and played it a lot. That's probably
Yeah, well, that was
why
one.
I wouldn't play it a lot now.
Yeah,
Okay.
remember the video where they like ripped his face, all the skin off his face on No Money Down?
Yes.
That was gross, man. That was weird. If one of the first videos like that. Go ahead now. You give me your number 14, right?
14?
14.
14 is Legendary Hearts.
Okay, man. We're right about the same way. Here it is. It's just a little bit more melancholy.
Yeah, I love martial law. I loved a few of the other.
Yeah, I don't like Don't Talk to Me About Work at all. I just think songs.
No. Well, it's one of those albums, like I said. I'm making playlists right now, and I'm yanking that off of there. I'm bringing some of those off, but a lot of them I'm not in a playlist
Yeah, you can do that.
because I want to make like a 60 song, just
Well,
all,
do that and then give me a link to it, and Joe will put it in the fucking description of the thing.
yeah, all killer, no filler. You know what
Good.
I mean?
I just
Because
put Dino's All Killer Note, whatever you want to put on them.
yeah, that thing some of these albums like Mistrial and Legendary Hearts, there's some classics on there, but you've got
Oh,
to yank it.
yeah,
You
there
got
are.
to pull them off there.
You're right, man. And that was your number 14, right?
That Legendary Hearts was 14. Yes.
Okay, now it's time for my 16 through 14. My number 16 was the first record after he met Miss Laurie Anderson here, Set the Twilight Reeling with Egg
Uh,
Cream, New York City Man, which is okay. I don't like Trade In at all. Riptide's okay. Venture sex with your parents and Hooky Wookie's embarrassing. That's bad. Probably not very good either. So this is kind of a record with like a large, I think some
yeah.
good parts in it, but a pretty large crevice in it. And I just think this stuff happened more often with her when he was with her. I'm not blaming her. I'm just
Right.
saying that in the twilight of his career, when we said early on, this is a trajectory. This is
Right.
kind of talking about. That's my number 16. My number 15 is one not far off from that, but not bad. A lot of people were thinking higher of it. Ecstasy. It's probably the best record he made when he was with her. Paranoia in the Key of E. Ecstasy, Modern Dance, Future Farmers of America, White Prison, Like a Possum is okay.
Right.
Baton Rouge is okay. I just think it's good, but it's in the era of 1999 where every freaking record was 80 minutes long. You
Yeah.
know,
It was that was his
I did.
dawning of 2000. Right.
Yeah,
That was 2000,
yeah, I was 99, I think.
99, 2000. Yeah.
Yeah, my number 14, Joe. My number 14 is going to be one I do not have on vinyl, and that's the wonderful debut record, Lou Reed, and I know I got it, but it's somewhere. Like, life isn't what it seems. I'm forever drifting into dreams. I love that
Now
song.
that occupies a different space for me.
That's great,
Yeah.
man. Oh, that's on that first record, and
That's
that's
a great.
yeah, and then
That's a good
Ocean,
album, man.
and so is Love Makes You Feel, and so is I. When I think of all the things I've done, that one too, man. That's really good.
And what I think about that album is like I told you, it almost feels like a VU album,
It
and I
does.
think those are the songs that they probably said, Lou, we don't want to do those, and
Seven
he
and
went,
two. Yeah,
that's hell,
with
that's cool, I'll do them on my own album, you know,
yeah, yeah. They're recorded on VU and another view, so there's proof of that. I mean, he tried to
right? That they want, yeah, and
do it, and yeah.
I think they're the ones that he wanted, you know, those are his picks, and
Yeah.
that's why he put them on Lou Reed, you know, on the first album, that post
That's
Velvets.
14, man. So it's time for you to bring us close to the top 10. Give me your 13, 12, and 11, and I'll do the same.
13, 13 is, you just hit on it, ecstasy, man. I kind of like, there's parts of ecstasy I really really like,
Me too.
and that's that dawn of 2000, you know, and there was some good, I like Baton Rouge, I like, you know, I like that album. It's a, yeah, I mean, it's a good album. It's a for I mean, for me, I mean, I hadn't listened to it a lot till going back to it in the last few months, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
It's
I
weird.
kind of like it.
Album
So,
covers like real bleak. It's just like has him with his mouth open, almost like
so
you're
that's my 13. My
okay.
12 is growing up in public.
Okay,
Yes, 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 yes.
this is your
Um, that's my number 12.
Ellard
Growing
Bowles.
up.
Ellard
Yeah.
Bowles. Ellard Bowles in cowboy hat presenting,
Oh yeah.
and you Chuck Hammer, and this is Michael Fonfara band. This is the one with the drummer Michael Sikorsky. This was the Everyman band that was signed to Arista Records. They ended up being Lou's band. They were signed to Arista Records. I've got a couple.
Yeah, I mean that was man.
My Old Man, Keep Away, Growing Up in Public. We were
Ye-
always standing on ceremony. Can you please
Yeah,
some respect,
my
please?
old man was really good. So
Yeah.
alone.
This
Power
is
of positive drinking. I remember that tune.
yeah,
The power of positive drinking. I
yeah.
remember that.
How
Yeah,
about
that.
how about standing on ceremony when he says your old man is dying, and and something like he does some real insulting thing. It's just unbelievable, man. I mean, Think
Yeah,
was a beautiful song. Smiles isn't bad either. They sound like they're having a good time. You really, if to me, I would think it sounds like he got together with a bunch of guys and he's back, a little bit having fun, maybe on the sauce or something,
yeah,
having a good time. He sounds loose. And the picture of him on the back, of course, with his hair behind the band is really kind of telling. But he met Sylvie right about that time, so
That
that's
was
where
about that time that growing up in public.
yeah he
Sylvie
went
Morales.
Rachel to
Yep.
went from to
Yeah.
her. And that's your number what?
11?
That was your
My,
no 11. Growing up in public was
n-
12.
yeah, that was 12. So what am I doing?
No,
13.
11.
Okay, yeah, 13, 12, and now my 11 is Twilight. Set the Twilight.
Okay, so we're pretty damn close, man. I mean,
We're not far. And I
no,
hadn't listened to that since it came out. And I don't know, I really liked some of the guitar on that.
yeah, like
I
I just
like that dissonant, some of that dissonant guitar, and you
adventure.
know,
Yeah,
I like that first track. It's really,
that's funny.
yeah,
If you but you know what he's talking about. It's funny. He,
yeah, and it's
he
kind
talks.
of a New York
I mean,
album,
I've been to June tons of times. I mean, he talks about the place I've been all the time. I've been there a bunch. Yeah, the cheese
Yeah,
and egg cream.
yeah. I mean, I listened to it. I listened to it when it first came out, and I was like, I'm not crazy about this. But I went back to it. I was like, I kind of like this album.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, in my kind of crew in New York, they go out to eat and then they'd stop at a dessert place too. So
Yeah,
you always go
yeah.
to either a cookie place or pastry place or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. I kind of I went back. I dismissed it when it came out, but I went back to it and I was like, yeah, I kind of. There's some spots on this album I really really like. Some
Well,
I'm
here we
not crazy about.
go.
But
I'm doing my 13, brother. I'm doing my 13, and my number 13 here
I
is
got it.
we're just keeping common, man. Growing up in pop
Ah,
for 13, it was 12 for you, so we're right about 12 and a half.
GUIP. Okay.
Yeah, Keep Away is a good song too. So Alone's funny song. You say that you wanted to dance. He goes, "Come on, kick your booty, mama. Get up and dance." To me, I laugh at with it. And the band's really kind of playing some Zappa-esque like little figures and stuff behind it. But that's where he's doing the phone call to her. She called on the phone. Dun dun. I like it. I mean, it's different. Like you can sell. I don't know how they ever thought it would sell, but it's good. It shows a lot of skill and kind of shows he doesn't give a shit about that. Number 12 is
Yeah.
gonna surprise you, man.
Uh-oh.
Number 12 is gonna surprise you because of the song.
Oh shit. What is it?
Here it is, buddy.
Oh,
Sally can't dance, right?
Sally
Sally, right?
can't dance no more. Yeah.
Baby
Uh,
faces. New York stars is kill your sons. But I don't like on
uh,
like
See, I
I don't
love
like
Kill Your Sons, man.
animal
That's
language kind of silly. I mean, it's
yeah.
I don't know, man. I like it, but
Sally can't dance. At what number for you? That was
can't dance is number 12, man.
12.
I got one more to come now. You know what you haven't seen yet, what you think is
Uh,
surprising, or there's some you haven't seen that are surprising. But
this is 11.
run out of luck with me soon because we're gonna have a little more commonality, I think, here soon.
This
Because
is 11, right?
one you had low, that you said you had too low, and I agree you had it too low. Number 11.
I agree you had it
Rock and
too
roll
low.
hard, man. I
Rock
believe
and
in
roll
love.
hard.
I'm banging on my drum, boy.
I
And I'm lots of fun.
Yeah, I mean I did once I did, I went, damn it, why did I do that? But
Banging on what? My
it's a
what? I
great
mean,
album.
oh, ladies pay. I love the guitar solo on that. Rock and roll hard. Choosing the chosen one's funny. Claim to fame is a funny song. That's a Velvet Underground song too.
Right.
Sheltered Life is also. Temporary thing is just something that's kind of stupid, but I mean, we did. Hey there, bitch! You better get out of here quick! Ding, 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 ding. Just a temper. Yeah, I love this. I mean, this is the first record for Arista. It's what a
Yeah.
torture though, with that TV set. Look at the way he looks. Look at where
Yeah.
he was coming from. Listen to the type of music, the style it was. It wasn't really good jazz. It's like thin jazz. It's a
Right.
strange way to come on. To come on to your new contract, and to think that
Yeah.
he flipped it. Not too long after that makes it even better. So that's my number 11, man. Let's start the top 10, Dino.
Top 10. Okay, I'm right. I'm almost in lockstep around there where you were.
Yep.
But my 10 is Sally Can't Dance.
Okay, there you go, man.
Kill Your Sons. I mean, that one song would make it a top
Yeah,
10 album
that's
for me.
true.
You know?
Always high
I
five.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
With mom and dad.
Yeah, I love that song. I love the front and back cover. Amazing.
It's so weird. It's just so standardized. It's just so. You know,
It
he's
is.
Sally like a whore,
Yeah.
just missing life. He's does that all the way
I
through his life.
can't
It's
dance no
ridiculous.
more.
I mean, he started
Yeah,
in the Velvet Underground with dun 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 dun. You better hit her. Dun 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 dun.
right,
I mean, started with violence right away. I mean, he's talking about it's crazy.
right away.
It's all awesome. Okay, that's your number 10, man. I'm
That's
gonna go
10. Sally can't dance. My
number 10.
9, and
No,
I
no,
could
no,
have made the.
do nine. Don't do nine. Don't do nine. I'm doing 10.
Oh, that's right. You're going to
We're
do your 10,
going
right?
back and forth. Ready? Number 10 for me.
That's
1980
right.
New Sensations, Endlessly
Ah,
Jealous, New
there we go.
Sensations, doing the things we want to. My friend George, High in the City's great,
It's a
man.
great album.
High in the City. It's a great album. It's well produced. John Jansen, too. He listened to him. This was probably his most popular. I didn't check with the
It
stat.
it I guess you would you would consider it a hit. It was
Oh,
a hit album.
did way better than Legendary Hearts did. That's ridiculous.
Oh, wait, yeah, it performed much better commercially.
Okay, buddy, give me 9.
9. I could have put this higher too. And the more I listened back to it, the more I really could have. The Bells. The Bells. There it is.
Actor, he relates to the man who comes home late.
I
I
love that.
Well,
It
I
was,
don't mind yet, so I'm not going to be too far from it. But I love Dan. How's the family? I'm disturbed by all three
yeah,
quarters island shit he talks about and stuff. It's kind of stupid. The Nils Lofgren songs are funny. With you, that's kind of an odd,
yeah.
but I like it. Disco Mystic, Stupid Man is also a Nils song. Very strange.
It's
Did it
it
with
could have been higher. The Bells could have been higher.
and
That
look at
song.
one of the SBS, buddy. Look, stereo binaural sound, the one where they had the head.
Yeah, he always he did the stereo binaural sound.
Great
Those,
German stuff, man. That's ECM and all that other stuff. But anyway,
yeah.
here's the enslaved. They're playing up the punk stuff here with it. But here's the bells. Here's the bells. The inside thing. And the reason why I'm doing that, and the reason why I'm showing you that, is that when it comes to my number nine is the freaking bells. It's the same thing of
Look at
yours.
that.
That's why we got it together and we showed it. So let's
That's
do
right.
that. I think Disco Mystic's kind of stupid, but
Now,
City Lights is kind of a funny song. Then look, don't you see? He sings in that real low voice when he's
I
talking about
that was an album I got and I bought it and I listened to it constantly when it came
me
out.
families
So,
too. How's the family
family.
going on that theme, man? From Grown Up in Public Part Two,
And I
kind
think family's the one. I don't have it in front of me, but I think
of. Yeah.
family's the one where it ends. You're never going back there. Is
Oh
that
yeah.
it? You remember at the very end,
Here,
you're
one thing they test you never you can't go
you're
back.
never going back to see your family. And I'm like, damn, that's heavy, dude.
It is.
That is a heavy lyric. You're
It
never
is.
going back to see you're never going back there. You're never going to see them, you know.
Great, brother. You're number 8. You're the next because I
So
had the same number 9, the bells.
number 8, we're not far off. New
Not at all.
sensations. New
Okay,
sensations.
man.
That's
Hey,
my
you
8.
just hop skip me. That's all.
Yeah. I mean,
What's
that's
going on here? Red Joystick's a good one too. We didn't talk about New Sensations. Cool as shit. He talking about riding on his bike and shit out to Jersey.
yeah, that was
He's
a great album. That's one of those ones I had on cassette, I think. I recorded it and I had it in the car all the time. I listened to it all the time.
dun, 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 D figure. Dun, dun.
Very listenable, very
Oh,
upbeat, very poppy, had a lot of hooks, you know. It was
yeah,
hook
I think
laden.
on the whole thing, he cut him out of this. He's not in. Quine's not in this band anymore.
Yeah, he wasn't.
And Quine was really upset about it. But it's what are you gonna say? All right,
So
man.
that's my 8.
That's your number 8. Well, my number eight's one that I said I don't have, which is good, which is a bummer because I know how much it means to you. My number 8 is Coney Island Baby. I'm just a gift to the men of this world. I
So
mean,
that's your 8,
my number 8.
Coney.
What the hell? I mean, where do you want me to move it? I mean, I got to. I love Gift. I love the song Coney Island Baby's fantastic.
Charlie's Girl. Yeah.
Charlie's Girl. Get violence. See, if I ever see Sharon again,
Okay.
it's always hitting the women and shit. It's
Violence against women is Lou.
You don't
Yeah.
do that. And Lou, you don't do that. That's the one thing about it made me uncomfortable. But yeah, man, I love that record. That's my number 8. And I know you love it, love it, love it. But okay, man, dude, you go ahead. You give me your number 7.
My 7
We're gonna have
is
different. things here.
My 7 is probably something you've got rated higher than
Okay.
7.
Yeah.
It's Berlin
Oh,
by
okay.
Lou Reed.
Number 7. There it is, man. Dun, dun, dun.
There it is. And I know you like that. You can
I'll,
expound on that one.
I'll expound on this one later because I have it a little higher. She put her fist through the window pane. Dun, 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 dun. I just remember riding around with Carter in his car all summer long with
And
that,
listen,
drinking that fake orange tang stuff. And,
oh
back in
yeah,
the, what's and it just, we were just like this the whole summer, just listening to.
this listen to Berlin.
And
I
there's a new,
mean,
believe it or not, Jay and I've got a song on the new Kaiser record called a sad song, but it's not influenced by Lou. It's really not. Okay, that was your number
from
7, right?
1973, that was
Number,
number 7.
here's my number 7, man. I'm just your average guy. Waves of fear
Ah, the Blue Mask.
underneath the bottle, man. Women. I love women. I think they're great. I don't know why you'd have to say that. Heavenly Arms is great as Sylvia. He got back.
Oh man,
This is where Quine got him back into it. At the
that
beginning.
was oh man, that
Time he was kicked out. By the next time he was out. Blue Mask was 82, the other's 84. So he got turned down and mixed out of Legendary Hearts, and then by that time was
the
gone.
gun, the Blue Mask, average guy, Waves of
Waves of
Fear,
Fear, the guitar playing on Waves of Fear.
unbelievable. Day John Kennedy died.
That's
That
right.
was that album was. That's another one I bought and just didn't take it off for weeks.
I loved it. I remember it was somewhat of a comeback. I did it when I was out. It came out when I was in Morgantown for
And
some
I
reason.
love that cover. That cover is one of my favorite Lou
But
covers.
it's just the same thing again, right?
Yeah,
Transformer figure again.
it's
Okay,
just so dark.
that was my number 7, dude. Give me your number 6.
Number 6. Uh, uh, uh. Oh, my number 6 is Lou Reed. I told you the first album,
First record.
the first record is I feel and I still feel this way all these many decades later that it was a continuation of the Velvet Underground. That was his solo Velvet Underground album.
It
That
was.
Lou Reed was. I think the songwriting was great. I love the songs. The Lou,
Oh,
we all the way through. I mean, it's a great. I thought it was a great. I mean, that was his calling card. Like, here I am.
interesting. You've got Caleb Quay, you've got Rick Wakeman on that, and you also got
Yeah,
Steve
yeah,
Howe, yes, on guitar, on playing
yeah. Steve Howe,
guitar
right on that one.
in the city. He's trying to do those little things like at the end of Starship.
Lou
Funny.
Reed, number 6.
That's your number 6. Well, my number 6 is going to be one I embarrassingly don't have now. I know I had it. It's part of one of the great ones. Is the great 1989 New York, New York,
Yeah,
New York, man. I mean,
New York,
Romeo
absolutely.
and Juliet and a straw man and fun and so many.
Everything, man. That album was it just wow. Dirty Boulevard, Endless Cycle, Last Great American Whale,
Yeah,
Busload of Faith,
Bustle of Faith.
uh,
Think of
Dime
yeah,
Store Mystery. It's loaded. Halloween Parade.
it's
My
great.
God, it's just
Films.
loaded. That album's loaded.
Yeah, same thing with Transform. I got that on CD too. I don't have it on for some reason. I
Yeah,
placed it because it was so ubiquitous. Those records were so ubiquitous. Anyway, that's my number 6. Your
that's
number
your
five.
6.
Number 5. Your number 5.
So my 5, not far from you, not straying really too far. My number 5 is the Blue Mask.
Ooh, no, you're not. We're in the same ballpark, man. Absolutely, we are. Got a
I
lot of
love it.
powerful album. It really is.
Listen to it so often,
Oh yeah,
and
do it again.
it.
I've got a great RCA sampler, the promotional thing out here where Lou introduces it.
Oh yeah,
I've got it. Ways of Fear.
I had at
Have-
one time I had a T-shirt with the Blue Mask cover on it.
Oh wow.
and I wore it forever, and I think I just wore it out. It is one of
Yeah.
those. I wore it all the. I had it on all the time.
I've done that with a couple Zappa shirts, and I haven't.
Yeah, same thing. I just wore them in the rubble. Yeah.
What number was that for you? Five.
That yeah, Blue Mask is 5.
Okay, man. Well, my number five is bum 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 bum.
Wow, Street Hassle.
You're
Yeah.
just dirt. We sat around the other night, just me and the guy, trying to find the right word. Oh my God, man! It's just there's something
Hey,
to add on
that
this.
album. That there was another one. I bought it when it came out, and I never took it off. Never.
How he said, with no principle of trust. How about that? Would eat shit and say it tasted good if there was some in it. Hey,
I
you know
just.
that song about that guy from Texas? That guy from Texas name is Bobby Fuller. Oh my
Oh
God!
man, Waltzing Matilda, Slip Away. I Want to Be Black. Real Good
Oh,
Time Together. Shooting Star. I mean, it's jam packed.
wait, leave me alone.
Not a dud on that album.
God
Not.
Almighty! Another stereo by binaural sound recording, as you can see.
Yeah, that's the first thing I saw when I opened it.
SBS, but here it is in the corner. SBS,
Oh,
here it is. Seal of approval, man. No, I love it, man. I Dirt, this whole street hassle thing with Bruce Springsteen and all. Man, you guys, this is a freaking great one, and it's my number five, and it's at least going to be that high for Dino. What's your number four, brother?
number 4.
I haven't seen it.
Let's see.
It's got to be.
Ah, my number 4. And the reason it's number 4, there's a reason, and the reason is I listened to the damn thing so many times over
Yeah.
the decade that I had to put it down a little. I couldn't have it up any further because I listened to the hell out of Transformer.
Okay,
Okay, yeah,
and that's
Transformers in at 4.
four. That's your.
Yes, not that it couldn't have been one,
I agree.
but it's another one, start to finish.
Yeah, I know, brother.
It it's no Legendary Hearts, right? There's no, like, you don't
No.
listen to that and go, yeah, I'm not real crazy about it. Transformer start to finish.
Yeah, there it
So
is, Joe. I do not have that one. That's the one that I don't have, and that's his number. That's your number. That's your
that
number.
is number 4.
Okay, man. I'm going to
Transform.
surprise you by your ratings here, and of
Oh,
course here for
I don't
but
know what you're.
artist, and that is 1992's Magic and Loss, number four for me.
Wow.
Better
So
than the
you
loss.
really like that? Yeah, I got you.
What's good? Sword of Damocles, Cremation, Dream and Escape, No
Oh
Chance.
yeah.
God, Gas and Stoked, Power and the Glory, Magic and Loss. I just think,
And
wow.
I need to go back and listen to that again. It's not. You know, I
Mm.
I, I need to. I need to.
You know what's interesting is I think during part of the period of time of this was a period of time that I told you about our class or one of our people that we knew's wife was friends with his wife in
Oh,
Pittsburgh, and I know that she also had dinner with Mike Rathke too. I mean, at the time,
wow.
Frank's old, you know,
Right.
ex. Anyway,
Wow.
okay, man, that was
That's
my
high. I mean, but
high
hey,
probably, but it really holds high to me.
you
Four and a
like
half.
you.
Yep,
So
I got
number 3,
four for New
right?
York, four for Blue Mask.
So I go
We're
to number 3, right?
number three, brother.
Number 3, New York.
Dun, dun, dun. Another one I don't.
I I directed a show that was set in New York. I directed a play. We sold out all 4 nights, and I used it was the year that came out, and I used that as the soundtrack. I had 4 songs from
89,
that
90.
in '89. We packed it in. I got to use the 100-seater at school and
Wow.
got a lot of publicity from the radio station. We packed it in, and I used New York for that show. So
Nice.
I listened to the album constantly, you know. And I turned a the funny thing was I turned a shitload of people on that year to Lou because they heard New York, and then they went back and just ravaged the catalog. I put it in the program and everything. So that album means a lot to me. The New York album. Besides the fact that it's fucking fantastic, you know.
Yeah, you were number three. That was your number two, right?
No, that was my number three,
That's
New
your number
York.
three. Okay, right, right, right,
So
right.
your number three's coming
My
up.
number three is going to be another one I don't have. Transformer, baby.
There it is.
Number three. Why is it
So
trans?
close,
I
close.
love makeup. I love
Oh
good
yeah,
Rhodes loves good nights, ladies. I just dedicate that to Rhodes Whitehill. But I liked what was that song that I played? I played at the Wagon Wheel because everybody was playing that other song, Wagon Wheel. I said, okay,
right.
hear the song Wagon Wheel, I'll play you Wagon Wheel. And they were expecting a song, and I played that one instead, which I always loved. I just love this. And I
Oh,
got off my seat and walked backstage during the part of "Oh Heavenly Father, what can I do?" She
yeah.
makes me crazy. Yeah, just stop everything. It was just
I
fun.
love. I mean, where do you put those? I mean, you know.
I don't know. I'm so free.
Oh
Satellite,
man, I'm so free. So
right?
good.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah,
It
Mick Ron,
really.
much of a producer as Bowie is in it, and you know,
Yeah.
paid because he worked for Bowie. But
Do you know that Ronson Mick? Speaking of Mick Ronson, do you know that Tina Turner approached him? And Ronson always had a problem with money. He never
yeah,
had any money for a
I
guy
know.
who played it. She approached him and wanted him to produce her solo album. Like called him repeatedly in London, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think so." Well, that album became Private Dancer,
Yeah, yeah, smart.
and that album would have set him for the
He
rest of his life.
for his life. Yeah,
Oh, $15 million probably would have made from that, and totally turned it down. Said, "I don't think I'm the one." She
but
said, "Yeah, you are."
that was the time of the picture of the Terrible Three, wasn't it? About that
Yeah, I
for that.
mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that Ronson documentary. If you ever get a chance to see that,
I'm going to. I'll watch it.
fantastic. One of the best documentaries I've ever seen,
Take
especially
us,
since he's
bro.
been gone so long. You know,
Yeah, move on to number two, man, if we can here.
two.
Oh,
Number two
bum,
is
bum, 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 bum,
Street Hassle.
bum, bum, bum.
Really
Based on
don't have anything. We
course,
don't have
right?
any, we don't have
Based
anything left to say about it. I mean, you know, it's loaded. Fantastic album cover. I've always loved that album cover. Very basic. Just that's
on,
what it is. It's just Lou on the street, New York. You know.
you can barely see his eye in like the one glass.
And I mean, and we got to give props to Live Take No Prisoners because we're not doing
That's true. He's got some great.
that album should have been
Man,
that
yeah, that live one over in Europe with Quine and those is great too. The live in Italy or whatever it is. My God, that's
yeah, that's fantastic. But man,
okay.
Lou is like an animal in his natural environment at the bottom
Rock
line.
Animal, Lou Reed live. I mean, look at all of them. Rock and roll.
Yeah, Lou Reed
Nope.
live, rock and roll animal. But my God, that live Take No Prisoners with the songs from Street
Yeah,
Hassle
yeah.
and the
Going on with
just the
Operation.
improv he's doing, just engaging the audience and
It's funny. I wish I'd have been.
those people will ask me what shows do you I was like, man, that's in my top three. I would have
Me,
killed to be there one night. Just one night.
me too. I didn't see any that old. I didn't see him at that age yet. But
Just unbelievable, man. Live Take No Prisoners.
and you
So that was my
say
number
that was your
two.
it was Street Hassle.
Street Hassle is two. What is your
Okay,
two?
my number two is going to surprise the shit out of you. Is going to be the second phase.
I've been keeping track and I'm trying to think.
When you're growing up in a small,
Oh, Drella. Wow.
you're right, man. You got the style it takes. Work, Starlight, Faces
Yeah.
and Names. It wasn't me. Forever Change. I think it's great because it's a combination of them, and it forced him to.
Of Kale and Reed.
I think
Yeah.
it's situations where they had it together. Maybe
Yeah.
I've got five, but I it's my number two now. So
Maybe I haven't listened to it as much
oh,
lately.
great
But
thing for me, man.
so
But and you're gonna be
Drella is two. Man,
yep,
wow.
yep. Drills no
Okay, well, my number one is always has been number one for decades,
yep.
and I listen to it every few months probably, and that is Coney Island Baby.
That's it. One I don't have, man. I love it, man. What is it about it, man? You were trying to tell me the other day, saying,
And I just,
sir, you're on the with.
well, with Coney Island Baby, I mean, it's probably the songs, man. And the first time I heard Kicks, I lost my mind, man. I just, it was late. I put it on at 3 in the morning, and I had my old Panasonic speakers. I had it on vinyl, and I had them separated, and I had the lights off, I had a candle
Oh,
on,
that's
and
crazy.
I listen to Kicks, and it's just back and forth, and I was I was medicated properly for that evening,
That's
and
not.
I'd never heard anything like it. I'd never heard anything like that,
It's
and
a
that
great.
pulled me in. And then I just kept listening to the album over and over again, and it's chock full too.
Yeah,
Charlie's Girl, Crazy Feelings, She's My Best Friend,
absolutely.
Ooh
That's a.
Baby, you
He's my
know.
was a Velvet song. That was a Velvet.
What's that?
Best friend was a Velvet song.
Yes, yeah,
It
and
was.
and Ooh Baby, and
Yeah.
Gift was
Oh, I love
fantastic. I was
Gift is
listening,
Christ.
you know what I mean? And it just pulled me in. The problem, maybe the only song I'm not completely 100% sold on is actually the title track, Coney Island Baby. I like it, but I don't like it as much as the rest of the album.
I like it because it's tied up a lot in his. I think a lot of it's tied up to his really yearning and some of the family stuff that came later, like his yearning to be
Yeah,
connect with back home, but knowing that, he's dating this transvestite woman that's
yeah,
transsexual woman that and knowing that he can't really be part of that, and so he tries to reminisce, and it's kind of an awkward, you know, I think he's, I don't know, maybe just drugged
and,
up and reminiscing about something that doesn't, it's not really, wouldn't be,
right.
I don't,
And
it's
I and
really
but
odd.
I another thing is I think his voice on that album is like flawless.
It is.
His singing is flawless. And the thing about Lou,
It was
and I don't think a lot of people realize it. I mean, he was a poet. I mean, that's what he went to school for. When you strip away the music, you can just bound all this up in a book and read it.
and
You know
I
what
have
I mean?
got it. Yeah, I've got both.
You don't have to even have the music to get anything. I mean, the
Same way, like,
music's great, but he always started at the word.
yeah,
It was always the word
yeah,
was number one. Always has been
it
for him
was, it was, man.
because of being a poet at Syracuse. That's where he started.
Well, I'm again, man, and we haven't said my number one, so it's time, man. It's time. And
Um,
I've already given it away by the summertime riding around the car with Carter, man. You know it's going to be this.
I know. I knew that was
It's the
coming. I knew it
multi-depressing song of Caroline
was.
said, as she gets up off the floor. I mean, how do you think it feels? Men of good fortune, late
How do you
oh
think
Jim,
it feels? That that's probably my favorite track. Is How Do You Think It
and
Feels?
her children away.
It's just
What a
uh,
feeling. Dun, dun, dun. I love it, man. Sad song. I love it. Once again, somebody else would have broken both of her arms. There he is again, talking about beating up women. It's a consistent thing, man.
it's a consistent thing.
Here.
I saw. Now, did you get the video, the live video, when he did Berlin? Did you?
Uh-uh.
I've got that. Do you have that?
No.
I'll bring that up. You can
Yeah,
borrow that.
man.
It's really good when he did when he mounted it again.
Yeah, I got the booklet, man. It's pretty rare, but I got it here. And then there's
Yeah. Wow.
there's the blood on the fucking bed at the end.
I figured Berlin was coming in there. I knew it wasn't.
Dude, I love Berlin. Sad songs on the back and Berlin is on the front. You know what I wish they would do? The one thing about this record that I wish they would do that hardly anybody knows about, and I guess all I'm doing is making it harder for me to get it. But the eight
What is
track
that?
this record, because of the inequality of the tracks,
Right.
included a much longer instrumental out outgo from the song Berlin. It's a longer version. It's just the piano's longer. It's a different
Right.
take, but it's a longer. It was edited for the one. It's a do the dun 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 rest before late
Well, I
lady.
think you'll really like this that Berlin, and
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure.
it's
At
the
St. Anne.
quality's amazing. It's
Yeah,
really good. When
yeah.
he
He's
mounted that
a little.
again, he filmed it and
Yeah,
released the DVD.
yeah,
But
he
my
does.
DVD music collection's pretty extensive.
Oh wow.
I've got a Sparks one I think you'll like too. You haven't seen.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. We got to do the spark ship, but anyway, I
Oh,
one.
that's another daunting.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 50 minutes, dude. We got 50 minutes. We still got through it about the same as Bowie. So, but
Yeah.
anyway, put the velvets together. It's a little more, but I guess this is part two, guys. So you know what's left. The Eggster. It's going to take a little bit more time. I was just remarking to Dino. We were discussing today about how bizarre those new French records are. That
Yeah.
impossible to compare them to anything. I mean,
Yeah, it's
he's
hard.
doing Scott. He's going the cover of what's the one song? Because I can't remember what it was. It was I couldn't believe it. I mean, uh, it's weird.
The
Michelle.
last Yeah, I went to the Stooges reunion, but the last time I saw him solo, believe it or not, was Brick by Brick.
Oh, it's been a long time. Yeah.
Oh, you know
Probably
where I saw
two.
that?
Yeah, I went to one in DC. I got invited when I was down there. It was
University of California, Berkeley is where I
wow.
saw that. That's how long, yeah.
I was Lisner. I think I was Lisner.
UC Berkeley. He had a young band, like a young rock and roll band that he had
So
recruited.
that wasn't the one with Steve Jones.
I don't know if Jones played. I think the guys when I saw them, it was a lot of young guys. It was.
Okay. Well, I saw Steve Jones. I saw him with Steve Jones
Did
some
you?
period of time. I don't know if that was a
And
record.
then the show that we saw at the Bayou was Ivan Krall
Yeah.
and Barry Andrews and Glenn Matlock.
What a
Glenn
crazy
Matlock.
band. What a crazy band that was. What a crazy
Yeah,
show.
yeah. That's where we almost got thrown out. That show.
Yeah, when he opened up his mouth and he had his teeth knocked out and shit, and then he
Well,
fucking.
did you remember when he stopped the show? We were pelting him with quarters.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
we
do.
were Mike and I were pelting him with quarters, and he stopped the show and goes, "Yeah, well, if you don't stop hitting me with the fucking quarters, I'm leaving," or something like that. And then the whole crowd jumped on us, and we stopped. It was,
You guys are troublemakers.
and that was the Soldier tour is when that
Yeah,
was.
I was at a couple of those, man. I know I was at that one and I was at the one. But the one that I did, he started off with the Lord's Prayer and he was like, you could see his like quivering. And then
Oh, really?
jumped before they played one song. I think Raw Power is the first song. And he jumped right on the monitor with the metal thing and cut himself immediately.
All up to hell and
Not
everything?
like cut them all up like he did open up and bleed or anything.
Yeah,
But I'm just like, why would you before he ever sang a note? It was just like
yeah.
we just dove right on top of the monitor with the
Wow.
it was so bizarre. And I remember I told you, man, the other thing about Iggy that I told you, we'll leave it out. We're going to go now. This is about Lou. But I told you about the time that we were there, and you might have been involved in it and seen it too. But he got our attention. He pointed down this girl who was at the end of the stage, man. He fucking hits a loogie and he hits her right in the chin. And he turns around, looks, and goes, and goes, see, like, gotcha. And I was just like, dude, you are the baddest. I mean, it was like 25 feet across the stage. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know he was trying to get our attention, but he clearly was looking at us and saying like this. And he
Yeah,
hit
Iggy got in a lot of
her right
trouble.
there, man, hit her
Um,
fucking cheek, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was just stunned. I was like, man, dude, you're the man.
Iggy was trouble.
He
He got
was,
in a lot of.
yeah, that was during the period of time, like I said, where he was better with the.
Yeah, and they weren't sold out shows either
No, not
at
at all,
that time.
not at all.
You could have walked up and got a ticket any time. Yeah.
But like I was telling you, now you see he's post train spotting, he's post fame and post stuff. So what do we get? The weirdness and then that Aspreys or whatever. We just get weird music. So maybe he's better when he's sleeping on people's couches and
Right.
Phoebe and Todd's place and crashing it. The sales.
Well, he's retired now. I think in Florida. I think he lives
Yeah,
in Florida.
he's the man, man. He's the you got to give it to him. He's the man. I mean, you have to.
No one thought he'd still be alive.
It's
Actually,
incredible. It's incredible, and he's the last.
he's
He's
the last of the
the
Mohicans, man.
last.
He did everyone else. The big three. He's good. He's it.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about them in mass when we're done and comparatively, and we'll do one like that, and then we'll do one where we put them all together when we're done. So, but
Yeah.
anyway, not keep them any longer, man. We'll see you guys. It's about 55 minutes now. We'll see you guys later, and this is again part two of the terrible or the terrible three, I guess, or whatever Dino had coined them. But this is the Lou Reed version of this, and again, we appreciate you subscribing. We appreciate you liking the video. It helps us out. And again, we appreciate you being on our long, crazy journey with ourselves. Yes,
Absolutely. No,
we'll,
this was a good one.
yeah, we did.
Lou's got a very extensive catalog.
And we're both very passionate about his music, I can tell. So it's good.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. See you guys next time. Thank you.
See ya. Bye bye.
This has been